What's up, everyone? We're back for some Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. It has been a few months since I last made a video on this game, but I actually have still been playing it on the side quite a bit, but I did take a bit of a break from it in these last couple weeks of Gundam Evolution because I wanted to maximize my time in that. But now that that time has passed, it's time to jump back in, and we're going to be playing as GM Cold Districts type today on the map Arctic Base. Perhaps a fitting suit and weather combo there, although I don't think I get any sort of benefit from it. But we're going to be playing as Cold Districts, like I said, which is naturally a 250 cost level 1, but this is a 300 cost lobby, so I'm going to be playing as the level 2 version. And I think Cold District is probably my favorite lower cost suit, probably, you know, in the below 400 cost range. It's probably my favorite one to play, because I just feel like it's very effective. Even if my team isn't doing so well, I'm able to still do a lot of damage and just really be a effective damage dealer no matter what. And a lot of that comes down to the fact that its primary weapon, the Cold District's machine gun, is just incredibly good. Now, unfortunately, you don't get that weapon by default. I believe it usually comes with a bullpup machine gun, so you do have to purchase it with some DP points from the store, but it's pretty cheap, so as long as you've got some, you can probably afford it. And part of what makes this weapon so incredibly strong is just the fact that its fire rate is very fast, and you could probably tell there from that first fight there how quickly I went through my magazine, dealing a lot of damage and actually building up stagger relatively quick too, especially for the type of weapons that you usually see in this cost range. And especially if you aim at the legs, you can destroy those pretty fast. But on top of having just being a generally good weapon on its own, it also comes with the underbarrel grenade launcher attachment, which is very helpful to give you a little bit of extra firepower and some extra stagger at your disposal. Because with just the bullpup machine gun, all you have is that, the Vulcans, and then your beam saber, which I don't believe Cold Districts has any combo controller skills, so I think you can only do the single swing, which still has its uses, but it means you're not going to be a very effective melee fighter. And I'm going to try to go for it there. Didn't quite get it off, but yeah, the addition of that grenade launcher definitely does help. It can allow you to initiate fights with a nice stagger and then follow up with that quick firing Cold District's machine gun and just really dump the damage really fast. And like I said, if you're aiming at the legs in those close range fights, you can actually get those destroyed on your opponent by the time you're through that one magazine, and then they're not going to have a lot of options to get away. So usually that's my strategy: open up the fight with the grenade launcher, switch to the machine gun, dump that whole mag, and if they're not dead yet, then we'll probably go to the Vulcans or maybe the beam saber, depending on how close I am. But the first fight went pretty well. I think I got about 2 kills and helped get some other damage, but I did go down, and now we're just going to try and clean up a bit here. Actually, not sure what suit my number 5 teammate is playing as there, but you'll probably see a few times this match that whatever their weapon is, it chunks for a lot of damage, and assuming it's something with charge, but you'd expect that kind of damage coming out of a support maybe, but they are playing as a general, so I might have to look into that. Going for a high ground again here, getting that grenade launcher on this general suit here, and then just dumping the whole mag, and as they're low, and teammates able to finish it off with a melee. But we do have someone flanking over here trying to get up onto my support. Looks like he did land the downswing before I was able to do something about it, and unfortunately did get the kill, and now he's on his way out before I'm able to do much else to him. So Arctic Base, this is a map that I feel like a lot of people probably aren't a big a fan of, and I will confess I was one of them, especially when I first started playing. It's a map that if the teams are not balanced, you're going to be in for an incredibly miserable time, because the two spawns are very close to each other, and it's kind of awkward to grab either of the waypoint spawn-ins, and even if you do, they're not really that much farther away from the spawns themselves, so while it does give you high ground, it's really not going to put you that much farther out of the action. So it's definitely a very action-packed map, and that's why when the teams aren't even, it can lead to a lot of spawn camping. But when you get a relatively even match, which I think is a bit more likely at these lower costs, I think it can actually be pretty fun, because it is just high-octane action all the time. Maybe a rough time if you're trying to play the support, and I have had that happen sometimes where I pick a support and not realizing that this map has been selected. I don't switch off of it. And then if you look, there's not a whole lot you can do if 2 or more people come after you, while the rest of your team is kind of doing a ring around the rosy in the middle of the map. But at a general suit like Cold Districts here, I think I'm going to be able to do a good job of defending myself if I do get attacked by multiple people at once. At least stand a little bit of a chance, especially in this lower cost area. But fighting some people on the left side there, they kind of rotated away, so now I'm going to rotate over to where more of the enemies are. And that's kind of how I'm going to be playing it for most of this time here, just kind of seeing where my teammates are and trying to take fights where we have more people just have a numbers advantage, or when they're low on health, and we can see if we can pick off a kill. Can be tough to deal with people who've got the high ground over you like here, though. Missed that grenade launcher shot, but number 5 coming in there again with some nice melees, and then together we finish it off. A little bit of added damage. But now it looks like they are pushing up, going for a 2v1 on my number 4 teammate here, so I'm going to see if I can help. Looks like someone got the knockdown. Actually may have been a friendly knockdown from the enemy on their teammate there when they're throwing all those melees. And I got there a little late, not able to finish off, and I do end up going down. You can see we trade kills there, and the score is actually pretty close. They've got a slight lead, but it can definitely go either way with how we're fighting so far. And it looks like actually both teams did cap those waypoints up top, so for support, probably be good to spawn up there, but my range isn't too great on Cold District, so I think I'm just going to spawn in at the main dropship here and see what I can do. Because I think right now they're kind of bullying my support. He's a little bit alone. He's barely alive, but does get finished off there. I'm going to see if I can avenge him on this raid at least. Look at there, you can see him walking slowly. It looks like the legs did get taken out. Wasn't sure if that was just me or if one of my teammates landed some supporting fire there. But they're not going to be able to get away at that point. Let's try push in on this guy who was doing the long range shots. Missing a lot there. I think they actually were within my range because I was getting a couple hits here and there. We are able to finish off, but not before they get off one more shot on my teammate before then. This guy jumping down from his high ground there. I think that was probably a mistake. There's 2 of us here. Get that grenade launcher. Teammate throws out a nade as well, and you can see him go down. The legs are broken again. Get that 1 melee. He's got a little bit HP left. Trying to finish off with the Vulcans, but they're nowhere near as strong as the machine gun. And we do get him finish off, but unfortunately, I keep finishing these people off, but they get off 1 or 2 attacks onto my teammate before they go down. Well, now it's time for us to do another 2v1. This will be the second one in a row for us. Looks like the tackle, both suits went for tackles. Neither of them got the counter. Just going for these Vulcan shots from the back. They do have a teammate coming to help him out, but using that Cold District machine gun to finish him off on the ground. And now that they're starting to realize, I think, that me and the other teammate are running around taking these 2v1s, and now they're sending more over here. Although I think my teammate did go down in that fight. Looks like they did. And now pretty much everyone is showing up on this side of the map. I'm going to see if I can get a grenade launcher shot in here somewhere. I want to make sure not to shoot the teammate. And I do get on the Zaku there, but the other one slipped through and is meleeing. He's going for me now, slightly off with his downswing, so I do manage to finish off my kill and get out of there. Someone else is opening fire. Hoping my shield can block a little bit there, but I'm getting pretty low. Legs are actually close to being broken as well if I'm not careful here. If I take too far of a drop-off, I might end up breaking them. We got some support fire coming in. Did some good damage. Can be pretty effective on this map since there's not a whole lot of places people can go to run away without being in the action as well. But one of them diving in, one of the raids, another raid coming in. I can do a ton of damage as long as I had a chance to fire off here, but he goes in, gets a downswing on me. I could have gone for the tackle there, but I figured he was going to die before he got it off. But either way, he did go down, and we're still okay. And with 30 seconds left, we've actually managed to take a pretty big lead here and fighting really effectively, trading a lot of 2 kills for just 1 on their side. This guy's going for some melees, grenade launcher, again, getting the stagger, going for those legs, and that's another kill. And 10 seconds left. I don't know what else they have. Looks like they're calling in support fire, but that might be too late to really accomplish anything here. Going after what I believe is an Aqua Gym up here. Kind of surprised he got that shot off even after the stagger, but it's not going to matter. Even though they looks like they got 1 last kill at the end, I don't think they're going to be able to make up that point deficit. And that is going to be the win for us. A very successful Cold Districts game. I think top damage here, definitely happy with that. And I think even though I didn't have the top individual score, I was the #1 player on my team. So definitely going to be happy with that performance. But yeah, if you've been looking for a suit to play in these lower cost matches, I definitely recommend giving Cold Districts Gym a try. And also definitely recommend getting that Cold Districts machine gun if you've got the DP for it, because that really does make a difference having that extra firepower and the grenade launcher attachment as well. But yeah, that is going to be it for this time, guys. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.